I don't know. I what? What did we It took me forever to press the go button. Well, the green button, the start button, whatever you want to call it. I can't even think right now. I'm so confused right now. For this live review. Most of the time when I get ready to go live, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. I know what I'm going to say. Tonight was different. It wasn't, oh, I don't want to talk about this show. It was, I want to talk about this show, but I honest to God don't know what to say. This show literally flipped the landscape of Survivor Series on upside down big time. Big time. I am completely lost for words. What happened at the end of the night? I am still lost. I am still lost to no end. I did hear one rumor, apparently, from my good friend Dakota Vyers, who I will, of course, share that in a second of what he said. He heard what happened, but I am just super lost, and I honestly, God, don't know how to take this. We had a heart-crushing moment at the beginning of the show with an announcement about a match that I was talking about last night being the main event, that should be the main event of Survivor Series. Had some of the best hype going into it that I was so pumped for. And then that gets canceled. Then another match gets changed. And don't get me wrong, it's a match I've always wanted to see. But am I still that excited for it after what we experienced tonight? And what led to this? And why? I mean, that is the questions we're supposed to have when a shocker happens. But was it the right time? I am just super confused. But I'm not going to say the show is bad. No. This show is not bad at all whatsoever. But thinking about it twice, I'm still stuck between two grades to give this show. Because I'm really not sure how to digest that ending, especially. This night, again, was a couple weeks ago on Raw. It was an emotional roller coaster ride. Well, again, I don't know if because I'm super tired because I've been up on the go all day today, or if it was just one of those shows that you just don't know what to think. Man, I don't even know where to start, guys. I guess I can start with my usual shtick. What's going on? As always, this is the Club of the Man, 1993, coming at you for my live review of the November 13th, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live, the go-home edition of Survivor Series that took place in St. Louis, Missouri, home of the Viper, of course, Randy Orton, who got a nice pop tonight from the crowd. What can I say overall? Again, it was a really good show. Don't get me wrong, it was really good. I didn't put a grade then below because I still don't know which way to go. I really do not know. I mean, as far as it's a good grade, of course, but I'm stuck. I don't know which way. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, those of you who are watching knows what happened at the end. And Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship, but he turns heel. He turns heel. Still very confused. And I'll talk about it more. Of course, I will do a turn alert tonight for Daniel Bryan turning heel, of course. But we'll talk about that later on. And we'll talk about even more in depth in the turn alert later on. But let's check the live chat first and see what's going on. Let's see here. We've got Larry. What's up, Larry? Saying, ha ha ha, Daniel Bryan is a heel. I can't. This company is killing me. Lauren says, hey there, told you Daniel was turning. She thought SmackDown was an A plus. Larry says, "I told you we're getting a heel turn every single week." Seems like it's so sad that it's kind of funny. At least we didn't get spoilers for a Daniel turn and Becky picking Charlotte. That was unexpected. I mean, I'll get to it in a little bit. We got Mark. What's going on, Mark? WWE doesn't make any sense. They give Daniel the title, turn him heel, and take AJ out of Survivor Series. So there are so many turns this year for sure. Could we get Bryan versus Styles at TLC or Orton versus Bryan at Royal Rumble? Which wouldn't be bad matches. I mean, Bryan and Styles in a TLC match, in a TLC match at TLC I wouldn't be opposed to. Orton versus Bryan at the Rumble, but Orton's still a heel though. And now Daniel Bryan is. Yeah, exactly. I'm speechless as well. The landscape has definitely changed, Lauren, and someone on SmackDown needs to turn face now. For real. How many big names that are heels are going to be on SmackDown? Nakamura, Joe, Orton, now Daniel Bryan, and a few others as well. There's too many big names that are heels. Where are the baby faces here, guys? History repeats itself again. I say Asuka is the final member. Asuka's already is already in the match though. Again, it's probably gonna be Mandy Rose. I feel. Thought Shane would interfere. I thought we were going to get a Raw, interfering, and just pretty much do an invasion angle. I'm very, very surprised they didn't do that, because what does that make Corbin look like now over on Raw? And who's going to be the fifth member of SmackDown and Survivor Series team? Again, probably Mandy Rose, I'm guessing. Laro says, at least they have a chance to make Daniel Bryan interesting again. In my opinion, he didn't feel like Daniel Bryan after his comeback. Maybe just in my opinion. Bull of Eyes is giving it an A. Orton did get a great pop. Loved that run in after the match with Rey and Miz, and loved how he RKO'd Miz just because he was there. SmackDown was better than Raw. Is Becky face now too? I don't know. And what happened with Ronda and Charlotte? What's going to happen with Ronda and Charlotte for Mania? Once again, I don't know. Brock will squash Bryan. Sadly, he probably will. First time Bryan has been champ since 14. Hey there, Mike. You can do a turn alert for Becky now too. Now I think it's safe to say she's 100% babyface again. Never was heel for me. Still want to wait and see what happens when she comes back, whether she's medically cleared to compete again. I'm just waiting to see that. I mean, yes, obviously she was a babyface tonight, but again, is that WWE just doing that because they hit a roadblock here? Again, I am so lost. Again, I mean, I'm doing Daniel Bryan for sure, but I may wait on the Becky one because I'm not 100% sure. Rumors were circulating that Orton will have a feud with Bryan and then face Styles at the Royal Rumble. Now plans are changing. If Cena returns to SmackDown, he could be face. Well, obviously, Baby Rusev comes to mind. What was the point of Heyman being there? Pretty much just put over Brock or something that would get the thing there. Daniel should have turned heel during the Clash of Champions last year. I thought it was going to happen then, but there are too many changes on the Survivor Series card. There was a lot tonight. Becky is a face. They can't tell me otherwise. They can't tell otherwise. Sorry. Again, I do agree Becky's a face, but I don't trust WWE that they're going to go full on with this guy. I need to see a little bit more to prove it to me. The talk of heel Becky should be done. Done. So Survivor needs Becky, Rusev, Cena, Orton, Styles, and Taker. Room for Charlotte, Daniel, the team men's SmackDown, Rollins SmackDown men team, the Bar, and Murphy. Good predictions. I will do my predictions for Survivor Series either tomorrow or Thursday, probably during the day. But oh god, guys, I need water. I need something. Man, who do you think needs to turn face on SmackDown and Raw? Oh, my brain is so fried right now just to even think about that. I mean, I'll have to do that again. That video, a video like that sometime. But Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm waiting for my one buddy to text me and see what he thinks of Daniel Bryan turning heel. He hasn't seen it yet. My god. You look upset about the episode tonight. I'm not upset again. I'm super tired. I've had a long day. I had 50,000 things to do today. And in this episode, I'd be like, what the heck is going on here? Like, I'm not upset. I'm just tired and I'm confused as hell right now. Let's start talking about the episode. Let's see let's see it. Let's see it. And Larry says says before I get I can't talk. Again, one of those days. I'm fine. I'm just so happy right now. Anyways, Larry says, I don't get the heel Lesnar versus heel Bryan dynamic. Am I the only one? That's the problem I'm having too. But again, we'll talk about that towards the end. I'm surprised Raw didn't retaliate tonight. So am I. Styles nuts may rest in peace. I feel for him. Has Styles learned to just wear a cup? Pretty much at this point. No way Road Dogg wrote this tonight. Maybe. Oh yeah, I know that fucks up one's mind at an episode like that. Breathe, Mike. Breathe. Okay. Let's do this. I'm not doing Shanti though. Okay. Let's take a stab at this now. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let's see what happens here. So, first we open up with a recap of what happened in the main event from Raw last night, where the women invaded Raw. Started with Becky Lynch, of course, taking out Ronda Rousey backstage. Go out there, and then it is revealed that Nia Jax pretty much clobbered Becky Lynch in the face and pretty much shattered her nose and gave her a severe concussion. Which, ouch. That sucks. It was then announced that Becky Lynch is unfortunately out of the Survivor Series match against Ronda Rousey. And it was said that later on tonight, Becky will name a replacement for her at Survivor Series. Out comes AJ Styles, the current, now the former WWE champion. Saying this Sunday for the second year in a row, he steps in the ring with Brock Lesnar. For 371 days, he's defended the WWE title against the best that sports entertainment has to offer. Day in and day out, a workhorse since the day he got here. He's wrestled dream opponents, nightmare opponents, and he's beat them all. Except for Brock Lesnar. But now he gets a second chance. Most don't survive the first, but he plans on doing more than just surviving. And then Paul Heyman comes out of nowhere. And he starts arguing with ring announcer Greg Hamilton. AJ tells him to give the mic to Paul. Paul does his usual intro. He says he came here with all due respect because last night on Raw, he had told the entire WWE universe that there's no way that his client wants to fight. There's no one that his client wants to fight more than AJ Styles. And the reason for that is when you think of the greatest performers, from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to the Nature Boy Ric Flair to the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, you think of AJ Styles, who's this close to being as good as number one Daniel Bryan. We're never going to see Bryan versus Lesnar, and don't think of AJ as a consolation prize, but it'll be a privilege for Lesnar to step in the ring with the second greatest in-ring performer in WWE history. So I'm thinking, why is Paul Heyman putting over Daniel Bryan right here, whatnot? Because we did have Daniel Bryan again just randomly just go off last week after Samoa Joe won the match in the main event to qualify for the Survivor Series match, the men's tag team match. And yes, Brian and Joe have had their share of issues recently as well. And of course, having to deal with The Miz being your co-captain, who has been your mortal enemy for like 8 years, has somewhat, could get under your skin as well. So I thought maybe that's what happened. So something seemed a little bit off about Brian last week. So then he goes off, and Brian would then proceed. Well, first off, hold on. Yeah, first off, hold on. I'm completely lost. So again, I'm just a little confused. Like, why is all of a sudden Paul Heyman putting over Daniel Bryan over AJ Styles? It's confusing me. Styles says he sees what he's doing, trying to get under his skin. But just so you know, he's got nothing but respect for Daniel Bryan, and he always has. But don't forget that he didn't just beat Bryan. He got him to tap out, and hasn't forgot about last year. Lesnar won, but he walked out with limping on his knee pretty much. That tells AJ that Brock is vulnerable, and for 371 days, he's gotten better at tapping people out, which honestly, that's kind of true with the fact that his calf crusher has been used to tap more people out this past reign. While Lesnar spent that time becoming more vulnerable to being tapped out, and that gives Styles one extra path to victory. Something won't be about Brock or Daniel Bryan. It'll be about the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And once again, move on. Like, I thought for now, the stuff with Bryan Styles was done. They had the match to have a crown jewel. Before Crown Jewel, which I thought was going to be a way to help set up The Miz, who I felt was the one who's due for a run with the title. I thought that's what that was set up for. Of course, I think it's got weird whenever, The Miz suffered this weird ankle injury and Shane McMahon wins the World Cup. Again, still confused as hell about why they did that. But out comes Daniel Bryan. Not sure why they're talking about him. Yes, he had a title match 2 weeks ago, and yes, he did tap out. No excuse, but he told him before that match that he respects him, and he meant that. But he also said he's been looking for a reason to punch AJ in the face, and he sure as hell meant that too. So he mentions it one more time without reason, you're getting punched in the face. Bryan goes to leave. AJ calls him back, pointing out that Heyman brought up his name, not Styles. He thought they were cool and they hugged it out, but he wanted to get it straight. When someone asks who the best technical wrestler he's been in the ring with, he can't tell him Daniel Bryan. And then Bryan just goes off and starts beating the hell out of him. They got a brawl. They had Shane McMahon and some referees come out and pull them apart. And then that's the end of the segment. So I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? Again, like, what is setting off Daniel Bryan? As I'm saying this, I'm starting to think maybe, well, here's the thing. Yes, Daniel Bryan lost to The Miz at SummerSlam. The Miz was getting under his skin all this time. Yes, he lost the tag match. He beat The Miz in 2.5 minutes. And yes, but then he lost it to AJ Styles, but they shook hands and hugged it out, and he tried to save AJ from Samoa Joe. So I'm still sitting here, like right now, as I'm going through this, is trying to digest, like, where did this all go wrong? What happened here that made Daniel Bryan turn heel? I'm still very confused as to what's going on here. But of course, I'm still getting too ahead of myself. Let's continue moving forward here. Backstage, we see Shane and Daniel screaming at each other with Paige trying to keep cool heads there. Styles and everyone else is there, and they're screaming until Shane randomly makes a title match for tonight. And then it was announced later on that Daniel Bryan got taken out of the 5-on-5 elimination match. I'm like, huh? Like, what happened here? What's going on? I don't know. So then we have Andrade Cien Almas taking on Jeff Hardy. Not a bad match between two of them. Not much to say. Jeff wins the match, the Swanton Bomb. And then backstage, we see The Miz and Paige talking, and that's when it was first revealed that Bryan wasn't on Team SmackDown anymore. And Miz is now sole captain, which, again, why? So he picks Jeff Hardy to replace him. While he likes adding Jeff, he's taking Rey Mysterio off the team since it was one of Daniel's picks. But then Paige pretty much says, no, you got to beat him in a match, which is next. If you beat him, you can consider taking him out. But if he beats you, he's still in the match. Then we have an interview with Shinsuke Nakamura, asked about Seth Rollins, since he's facing him on Sunday in a mid-card versus mid-card champion match. He said that Seth Rollins wasn't thinking about him, and that broke his heart. He's playing the footage on his phone and says all he's been thinking about is Seth. He eats, breathes, and drinks Seth, which is weird. And Rollins isn't thinking about him, so at Survivor Series, he'll break his face. Random, but whatever. We then have Rey Mysterio taking on The Miz. We've seen this match recently also. Well, we've seen it a couple times as of late. Wasn't not a bad match, really, to begin with. I just don't have much to say because I'm just so focused on what happened later on in the show. Ray did win with just a roll-up pinfall, and afterwards, Randy Orton attacks him. Well, he goes to attack him, but Ray sees him coming, and he pretty much fends him off, and then that drives The Miz to eat an RKO. And then he backs off. So, obviously, we're getting Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio probably at TLC next month. Don't know what the story really is yet. Orton and Randy's been coming out and attacking. But we're shown having security backstage, pretty much just preventing to prevent Raw from retaliating from what happened last night. And that's pretty much the first hour. Let's do the live chat and see what happens. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where were we at? Let's see here. Here you go. And yes, breathing. Shitty. That's what my friend claims that it sounds like what Ginger's really saying. That is awesome. Yeah, I am so exhausted. I was screaming at the TV during Brian's turn. I was like, heel turn, heel turn. I should have recorded it. Oh my goodness. Take it as easy as possible. And then Steph should confront Corbin on Monday about not retaliating, which honestly, I wouldn't blame her for doing so, because why wouldn't she? She pretty much told Corbin, what are you going to do about it after what happened, have thrown his show out of control, and he does not retaliate. So that definitely makes Corbin look pretty bad. I definitely agree with that. I was very surprised with that. Nia has been botching a lot. Oh, for sure. It pisses me off when Becky got replaced. And it was definitely a shame that happened, that Becky got replaced. Which I'll talk about, when I feel we could get that rematch. We could get the match that's still down the line, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. 371 days as WWE champion. Kudos. Cena was 380, 06, 07. Punk was 434 from 11-13. Lesnar was 504. She doesn't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Orton had 161 days from 13 to 14. What's up, Team Couponer? Still at work. Here's an idea. Could Miz and Bryan be the next two power trip with a heel Shane McMahon? Bryan and Miz power man to a heel Shane McMahon. I wonder what that would be. Interesting. Cena, again, with 133 in 2013. Bryan was 64 in 2014. I had a feeling Daniel Bryan was going to turn heel because that's what he was acting like. Because look what he did last week and in that segment. Again, but I'm still trying to wrap up, trying to see what led to this. I'm usually okay, I can see why this happened, but Daniel Bryan's what exactly is going through his mind? I'm lost as hell. I had a feeling Daniel Bryan was going to turn heel because I literally just read that. Imagine if Heyman and Bryan are in cahoots. Daniel Bryan being a Paul Heyman guy. Hmm. Look at it this way. Becky is probably the most over superstar in all of WWE. When she returns, things are even bigger things waiting for her. Now the Charlotte thing finally is out of the way for WrestleMania. I'm late with the Becky message. I'll get to that in a second. Brian wanted that title, and he got it, which he did. Yeah. Once again, I'll talk about it a little more. And towards the end, Becky versus Ronda WrestleMania. Becky wins the Rumble, goes to Raw. First rivalry is Nia. Week before Mania, Nia versus Becky inside the cage, where Becky breaks Nia's arm. Wouldn't be a bad idea, of course, but I don't know if I want to see Becky drop the title again, though, unless they want to merge the titles. Mike, drink your water, please, and breathe. I don't have much water left. Guys, I think I really do need this water, so I'm actually going to call a quick timeout here. Timeout here, because I really need to get some water, because I'm just exhausted as hell, as I said before. I'll put something on. I don't know if I can put anything on here while I do this, but I just need to get the water just freshen up, because I'm exhausted big time. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on. Where is... I'm looking for my media, and I can't find anything. Where is this? Where is it? Why do I have to scroll down this far? Okay. You know what? For the time being, guys, until I get right back from getting more water, just take a look at this. Just stare. Just enjoy Dean Ambrose for the time being. I don't know. I'll be right back. If you want to sing Jeopardy, go ahead. Sorry, guys. No, I'm pretty lame as hell tonight, but that's pretty much. I don't know why I picked that to do the trick. Who knows? Now, oh great! Now I got to get back to my polls. Okay, there we go. All right. Anyways, let's see here. Coincidence. Don't want you to fall to the floor or something. I'm not gonna fall to the floor. Trust me. I'm not over here or anything. I'm beat. Could the Miz turn now? I just don't know. What that's the thing too. Like, what would lead the Miz to being a baby face though at this point? I'm not seeing the dots connecting with that either right now either though. Again, in my opinion. I mean, like, if you guys have any like ideas in the storyline like this, please pitch them. Like, help me out here, guys. I'm just hashtag breathe Mike breathe. You mean besides Kurt Angle, I don't recall anybody else tapping out Brock Lesnar. Neither do I. Hashtag SmackDown Live was definitely unexpected. Hashtag breathe Mike breathe sounds good. If that gets trending on Twitter, guys, I'll reward you guys somehow. We'll have to watch this episode tomorrow night on demand for sure. Hope you're doing okay, Josh. Wow, still at work. I don't know why Corbin do anything after SmackDown invaded that. That's why Kurt should be charged, because he would have retaliated. Pretty much. I mean, I agree with that. That pretty much does make Corbin look like a bad GM if he's not even trying to do anything about this. Like that really puts a dagger in him. Like I expect Stephanie McMahon to punish him in some ways. Work from 3 to 11:30. Yikes. That's what I said, Mark. Steph should have consequence for Corbin on Monday. There was no plans at all for Brian to turn. WWE swerved this for sure. Got to clean up my area. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us, TN Coupon Live. AJ asks for the title match. Take care. Wish you were best safe, buddy, and enjoy your night when you come home. That's why Brian got taken out of the tag match, because he got a title match. True, pretty much, but again, would you want someone him or Styles in your match in your tag match though if they're not in there? Lauren, you wanted to know what I'm thinking. I want to know what you're thinking. I will replace Brian or Shane with Orton, which wouldn't be bad. Ray is good, but he's getting rusty, she feels. I mean, he's in his like mid-40s now, so I gotta agree with that. What are you thinking, Mark? I'm still shocked. I think crazy. Brian's a heel. Let that sink in. I'm still trying to let that sink in right now. Rollins will defeat Nakamura, which sure. We got Cody again saying, well, last year's Survivor Series had a much better build, whereas this year it seems like they're trying to cram everything in days before the pay-per-view. And why is that? We only had 2 weeks of a build for that. And we could have had more, but nope. We had to have WWE Crowd Jewel. Oh, boy. If Raw doesn't do as good as they did last year, then Corbin is fired. Yes, I'd like to see that. Vince and his guys don't care anymore. It's just sad. They're getting all this money, and we as fans are the last thing on their minds. Even though, once again, Stephanie McMahon recently said in an interview, the reason why we succeed is because we listen to our audience. If you listen to your audience, Brock Lesnar would not be Universal Champion right now. Seems like the stars don't care anymore because they're not getting good stories, which I don't blame them at all. You're actually doing the Shanti pose. Nah, I was just joking around. I guess that was a face last night. I wasn't talking about the superstars, Lauren. I'm talking about the creative. Sev is not a face. She just acts like one. That is right. Slash is not right. She's more of a tweener these days than a full-fledged heel, except for the days when she comes on the show and makes everything about her. I don't think Stephanie ever played a face. I think Steph was a face before. I just don't know exactly when it was. More water, Mike. No problem, Mike. Steph was face from 03 to 05, then heel in 05 and 06, face from 7 to 13. Yeah, that sounds right. When she was GM, she was heel, blah, blah, tweener, ha, 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 heel and face in 02. That Dean pick, though, which, again, is literally the newest of the best faces of Dean Ambrose. That, and again, from his babyface run, again, it was that face in 2014, pretty much. The most awesome thumbnail in Mike's YouTube history, Dean Ambrose's ugly face. That or the face that Alexa Bliss made. Here, let me pull up in my because I don't have the actual photo. Let me pull up the playlist from my Raw reviews. The face that Alexa Bliss made last year. It was that first segment that set up the feud with her and Mickie James. When of course Mickie was calling Alexa biscuit butt, and she makes that line of, I was doing a lot more things in the WWE ring way before you were ever wearing a training bra, and look at what good you're doing right now. And the face she made, that face right there, from the September 25th review last year, that face also is like ranked as one of my favorite facial expressions. It was as perfect as hell for that. I felt, in my opinion, of course. Dean's decent looking. Okay, there, Lauren. You're going to challenge Renee Young there. Just kidding. You're not going to pull SmackDown Live. Oh no! Again, I did not hate this episode of SmackDown Live. No doubt about it. I didn't hate it. It's just I'm just like, what happened here? Again, I'm not putting this list. This episode by Not Worthy sucked. This episode was really good. Again, it's just one of those episodes that leave you lost, which I'd rather be feeling this way than disappointed and pissed off. But I'm just trying to process, like, okay, what is happening here? What is happening? That's what it is. Again, I do not hate this episode. Let's get it out there. Um, Fill your cup, Mike. I filled this big ass cup, all right. Wow, everyone says the Miz is turning heel. Um, you mean face? The guy was born for being a cocky prick, pretty much. My English could be better. No worries, man. Orton may not be there on Sunday because it's his anniversary, which is understandable. Yeah. And his daughter's second birthday is on the 22nd. Isn't his birthday around this time also? Hands in the air, crown jewel. Do the hands in the air, do your hands or in the air. Sorry, I'm going to a wedding in a couple of weeks and I'm going to be dancing my ass off. So is Orton considered full or part-time? Not too sure about that. The Raw team will implode and lead to SmackDown Live winning, which would be nice. By the way, Mike, did you get all the comments I left on different videos? I saw them. I didn't get to go back and reply to them yet, but I definitely will. I don't get why they are keeping Dean, Randy, Rusev, and AJ off the Survivor Series card, especially AJ for sure. I mean, Dean, I think, will run in and probably attack Rollins during his title match. I can see Randy maybe costing maybe doing something to Rey Mysterio during his match. Wouldn't quite make sense if he is Team Blue or not. Rusev, I don't see him appearing, which is kind of sad. And AJ, I just don't understand what's going on there. Survivor needs him, but knowing Vince, he won't do that. And Alexa face was funny too. Your thumbnails are always fitting, I must say. I tried though. Lauren says she's stealing Dean. I thought she wanted Randy though. Orton is the hottest in her opinion, followed by Cena, Morrison, Jericho, Bourne, Edge, AJ, and Dean. Okay, there I see that. Turning face, Rock is there too. Okay, there, Lauren. Nice prospects, I shall say. Just kidding. I forgot Elias is on the card either, which wouldn't have been bad having him in the match. Also, with how great he was doing since turn babyface. We got Ishant Aryal. What's up? I mean, I hope I pronounced your name right. If I mispronounced it, I do apologize. Thank you for joining us. Alexa's face, though. I'm not stealing Dean. My bad. No worries. I'm happy that Brian won, but there's no AJ on the Survivor Series, which again, yeah, as I keep saying too, not having AJ on a pay-per-view is kind of strange, in my opinion. Again, but let's continue on. Thanks about my prospects. Hey, I'll say you have a good taste, but I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I watched too much Seinfeld here. Anyways, so let's get back to this to the review and talk about this final hour, this final crazy hour. So we see Paige in the ring calling out all members of the women's roster, which she calls out Charlotte first, which again, going back to what I said last night, how Charlotte was apparently in doubt of whether or not she was going to participate in the Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination match. It was in doubt that she was going to do that. But then she shows up last night, and then she comes out smiling, acting like everything's fine. Could they have at least, had, her not, spice this up? Well, let's get on with this a little bit more, and I'll explain what it is. So I wasn't a fan how they had Charlotte come out first and act like she's all cool. It's like, was she having just doubts a couple weeks ago, though? So she comes out, and they all come out being introduced. And then Becky Lynch gets introduced. So Becky comes out to pretty much handpick who is going to replace her to wrestle Ronda at Survivor Series represent SmackDown. So Becky comes in, and the first thing she does is something she has not done for a while, and I appreciate it, which again could imply she's being babyface again, which would be awesome. But is this just for one night because she's hurt and she has to pick a replacement, and she's picking with the person that Vince wanted to be the babyface for this feud? So again, I need to see Becky back in action and what happens first before I go full-fledged say, okay, Becky's back to being a full-on babyface once again, which I hope it is, but I need to see a little bit more myself. But she thanks the crowd for their reaction. but she's angry as hell because while she's a good beating, she took a good beating that's never stopped her before, the medical team won't clear her. She's been knocking on doors all day looking for someone who let her fight, but she's out of time. She got a taste of blood when she beat half the locker room and had Ronda Rousey screaming in pain in her armbar last night. That was just a taste of what she was going to do at Survivor Series. And take her word, even with a broken face and a concussion, she could still kick Ronda's ass. She's sorry she can't finish what she started yet. Ronda's not the baddest bitch on the planet. She's the luckiest. And now she's got to pick her replacement, someone she knows can get the job done. She then pretty much just like faces each of the individual women in the ring, and some of them are making their case. But then she picks Charlotte, who, of course, has recently had her feud with. And Becky tells Charlotte to tap Ronda out the way she'd have her tap out. They shake hands and they hug. And Becky exits and holds the title high. Of course, backstage, Charlotte was then interviewed saying that she spent half her career fighting against Becky. Last night she fought with Becky, and on Sunday she'll fight for Becky. It'll be her honor to be Ronda on Sunday and prove that SmackDown is the superior brand. So I felt it was pretty obvious. I mean, honestly, who else was going to be honest? Besides Asuka, who else was really going to face Ronda Rousey? We're really going to get Naomi versus Ronda Rousey, or Carmella versus Ronda Rousey. I expect it to be Charlotte they give. I mean, I know they've been talking about having Ronda face Charlotte at WrestleMania, which I started thinking, what if that's going to plant the seeds for something to do with the match we're probably getting in 2019, the 4 Horsewoman match. But Becky picked Charlotte again. I gotta see a little bit more though. Again, the one thing Becky's a babyface. Because here's the only problem I have with Ronda facing Charlotte now, and it's not for the title. It's for just a bragging rights match. If Charlotte would win, would you think she'd make a case again to get another title shot? And the thing is I mean, Becky can't be a champion forever. But I don't want it to be Charlotte who dethrones Becky, especially after getting that big win in Evolution. To me, it would take that all. It would kind of be a 50-50 booking situation. Like Becky won, and I don't want to see Charlotte just pretty much just get another title opportunity and just take it right back off of her, and it just looks like it was there for nothing. So that's my reason why I would still want to see Ronda win on Sunday. I mean, before, I wanted Becky to win. I felt Becky needed this more than Ronda. Because the bill pretty much saying Ronda, Ronda's used to be in the spotlight, but Becky had to scratch and claw, and we believe that is true because look at what she's been doing over the past 2 years. So I personally still be rooting for Ronda on Sunday to beat Charlotte. Because again, I don't. If it was for the Raw Women's Championship, I probably would be okay. Would have been all right with Charlotte winning, being Ronda, because that could have set something up down the line for the 4 Horsewoman match we're going to eventually get. But the fact it's a bragging rights match, Charlotte winning could get her back in the title picture again. I don't want to see Charlotte back in the title picture again for a while, at least, with Becky as champion. I want Becky to have a long reign out of this. But here's what I'm going to say. What if we actually tried doing Ronda and Becky again at the Royal Rumble? Because keep in mind this, the champions are probably most likely aren't going to be in matches. So why not have them face each other there and get their business taken care of there? I'm going to pitch that. And, if maybe this could set up, a long-term booking feud. Like maybe we will get the 4 Horsewoman at WrestleMania 35 this coming year now, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how ready Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are ready. I mean, of course, Shayna Baszler, I think, is ready. I'm not sure about the other two. I don't know. This is some possibilities. I'm not sure. Or, it could be just Charlotte, beating Ronda, wins the Rumble, claiming, I have a case to already face you for the Raw Women's Championship, whatnot. Or, or she could be saying, I respect, what Becky Lynch had did for me, give me opportunity. She did. But of course, you know, I don't want to take her spotlight from her or whatnot or something like that. I don't know. I don't know pretty much. It's just some scenarios I'm trying to think out pretty much because again, it worries. This match between Ronda and Charlotte worries me a little bit because I don't want Charlotte to win and just take everything away from Becky again and just act like, you know, nothing ever happened, none of this ever happened. Pretty much, like that's what I'm worried about. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but it's what I'm worried about may happen. But we had that. Then we had the 6-man tag match with the New Day taking on the Bar and Big Show. Big Show gets the win by hitting a KO punch on Kofi Kingston in midair. Match was decent, I thought. The Bar have their champion versus champion match on Sunday against AOP. Guess it could be a decent match, not sure. Still don't get why Big Show is with the Bar, even though I could say at least he's not being the Big Show, the heel Big Show from 2015. Like if he's just doing what he is, I guess I could live with it, but again, it just doesn't make sense that he's just randomly put with the Bar, which I don't know why. We got that. We see the Usos then rolling up, giving, you know, their other 3 teams that they're adding to their team at Survivor Series, the pep talk, which were the Colognes, which again, they exist. The Club, Gallows and Anderson, and Sanity as well. And they pretty much welcome Raw to the SmackDown Penitentiary, pretty much. So that's match going to be on the pre-show. Don't really care for that match at all. Then we get our main event. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. Now, I went into this match thinking, could we be getting Daniel Bryan winning this and facing Brock Lesnar on Sunday? Could we? Maybe. I don't know. Or is this going to be... If it was just to help set up an invasion for Raw, I feel like, you know, what was really the point of having this championship match and just taking Daniel Bryan off the card, you know? I didn't get... I would have been kind of pissed they would have did that. I'm not pissed with how it ended, but I'm still trying to process it. And I do have some problems with it, though, of course. But we'll get to that. But the match wasn't too bad. I still thought their match a couple weeks ago was a little bit better than this. It still had, you know, Styles going at the recently, you know, the knee that Bryan kind of sort of injured recently and whatnot. Anyway, so the interesting part comes towards the end. Well, they did counter out of each other's submissions pretty much. Out of the calf crusher and then even out of the yes lock. But then towards the end of the match, AJ Styles sets up for the phenomenal forearm. He goes for it. Bryan gets out of the way, and he then bumps into referee Charles Robinson. And then Bryan sets up for the running knee. But then he goes and he kicks AJ down where the sun does not shine. And he pretty much just like stares it down and then soaks it in. I'm like, wait a second, is this what's happening here? Bryan then hits the running knee, and Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship. Regains one of the 2 titles, of course, that he never lost. And me, being one of Daniel Bryan's biggest fans, I'm thinking, awesome, but I'm more sitting here just like, huh? Like we did this? And then afterwards, Bryan cements that it was in fact a heel turn because he attacked AJ Styles afterwards. And he had this evil look on his face. Dear Lord, was it one of those... Well, I wouldn't say it was an evil look. It was like an evil grin, pretty much. Like, I know I did wrong. And he got the crowd to boo him. I'll give him the credit, but here's my problem with this. And no. This is not me being that, oh, you just want to see Daniel Bryan as a heel, whatnot. You know, you always be big. No. I'm not saying Daniel Bryan cannot be a heel, but think about this for a second. We're getting Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, a match that I was hoping to see at WrestleMania 31 when Daniel Bryan came back from his injury. I wanted to see that match then. We have Daniel Bryan coming back after being told that he was never going to wrestle again, and literally retiring, having us go through that emotional night that we had to. He comes back. And yes, I do kind of agree with Larry that he didn't have like the biggest momentum going, but he didn't feel completely dead either. Like, I feel like I just still felt like, the business between him and Miz was still not done yet. I felt like, especially with that short little match, like, okay, that's how we're going to end this feud. Like, it feels like there was more to the story. So to me, I felt like there really wasn't anything to hate Daniel Bryan for. If anything, we want to, I mean, of course, myself as a fan, but seeing a guy who literally was like, had like, that hero's run in 2014, come back from an injury that, pretty much ended his career for the most part, and being forced to retire, and then finally coming back out of retirement to wrestle again. Once again, thinking he was never do it again, just to have him turn heel. Like, this is a moment we wanted to see happen for him. Get that title back we haven't lost. So to me, like, if it was another title reign, then that we're supposed to be, we weren't supposed to be happy for him for, that it was built up a little bit, like, to ways to hate him. And again, in my opinion, then maybe, of course, I could, be a little bit more like, open to this. But also, here's the other thing that gets to me. We are having one of the biggest baby faces over the past 4 years turn heel to face Brock Lesnar, a guy who undoubtedly is hated for being a lazy-ass part-timer and who barely been in the title, and we want to see the title on him. So why would you want Daniel Bryan to be a heel against a guy like Brock Lesnar? Like, if this is a story where, Daniel Bryan was like, trying to take advantage of an opportunity to get to fight Brock Lesnar and prove that, he belongs back on top where he belongs or something like that, then I don't prove his worth of getting back and whatnot. I don't feel, having him turning heel on AJ Styles was quite the right route to go. Because, again, literally, you have him facing, again, a guy that's hated big time for being a champion nobody wanted to see champion, and for a guy that pretty much has overstayed his welcome, in my opinion. So, again, I'm just not sure, like, what happened. Like, how did we get here? 2 weeks ago, he had the respect for AJ Styles. I mean, I don't know, was it the fact that Bryan realized that he really wasn't getting where he wanted to or whatnot, or he was just, or is this some sort of like the Bryan's like gone depressed that he's not really done what he's wanted to do since coming back, so he has to play a little dirty pretty much? Are he trying to recycle the Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano storyline in NXT here between Bryan and Miz or something? I'm trying to still put the pieces of this puzzle together here to figure out, like, how did we get here? Because to me, again, this is a moment we wanted to see for Daniel Bryan since he had to relinquish the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back in 2014. But now it's happened, we're supposed to hate him for it. Something's missing here for me. Again, I'm not saying this is a terrible idea. Why would this mean? I mean, no offense again. I'll say it this way. Okay, it's still not suiting me the fact that we're having a heel champion who we've loved for how many years? Well, most of us at least, facing on a heel champion that no one literally likes. So that kind of doesn't fit, in my opinion. Again, if they were going to a story where Bryan is trying to get to Lesnar, but he's trying to show a more aggressive side, show that he really is better or whatnot, then okay. But again, something's not clicking here. This for me. Again, I'm not upset Daniel Bryan's a heel. I'm not upset, but I'm just trying to put the pieces to the puzzle here together, if you guys know what I mean. Basically that pretty much. But that's how the show ended. Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship again for the first time in 4.5 years. But he turns heel. So, yeah, not sure where to go. And I'm very surprised my one friend hasn't texted me yet. Must have fallen asleep or something, giving his reaction to Daniel Bryan turning heel. But I guess I'll find out sooner or later. Probably, actually, I've seen it in the marks or my WrestleMania tickets. But let's go to the live. Well, first, let's check the polls here on Twitter and see what we got here. What showed you more? Sorry. First, what grade would you SmackDown Live? A, B, C, or D or lower? 11 votes. 45% said A. 36% said B. 9% said C. 10% said D or lower. I think I'll stick with what I was going to originally give. I'll still give SmackDown an A-. An interesting show, confusing, but it left me confused in a good way. We'll put it in a good way. Excuse me. What show was better this week, Raw or SmackDown? 7 votes. 43% said Raw. 57% SmackDown. Definitely SmackDown. Again, I'll give it an A- for SmackDown. I'll put that in the. Excuse me. Anyways, but I lost my train of thought again. So yeah, again, didn't hate this show. Again, I keep saying I'm not upset Brian is heel, but I just feel like it was the wrong. I kind of feel it was the wrong time to do it. I'm just trying to figure out what got us to this point, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, supposed to have shocking heel turns, but like, why Daniel Bryan when we've like, who wouldn't want to see a guy who literally got taken away from his life taken away from him, that was like the biggest hero in sports entertainment at the end of his career, turn heel when he finally regains that moment? Like, it's still not processing. But let's see here. Let me see here. Where are we at? Where were we at with live chat here? Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Where am I going to be? I think we're right here. I'm happy that Brian. Wait, hold on here. I'm happy. Oh wait, where are we at? AJ might replace Shane though. Maybe, I'm not sure. Cody does not see Brian being Brock. Oh, a couple years ago, I could say maybe, but definitely with the way Brock is being booked, I don't see Brian being Brock. Like, that's something too. With Brock not being known to put on good matches or long matches these days, I don't see it happening. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I actually feel like, don't know like what this match is gonna do for Daniel on Sunday. I really do not. It doesn't make you gay if you think a man is good looking. I know, but sensitive that because I've been picked on about that before. Anyways, but let's see here. Braun won't beat Brock. Brian won't beat Brock. Hope he does, but he won't. And Brian could be killed by Brock, guys, which I worry. I agree. Think about Brian's neck, exactly. And we knew Charlotte would appear at Survivor Series. I'm worried about Brian's health too. Becky seemed babyface tonight with that promo, which again, I would agree, but I want to see what happens. I think women are prayed to make lesbian. I know, no offense, but Shane has no business being in the ring. Yeah, I'll be honest, Shane doesn't impress me especially in the ring. We will return Becky as a heel and feud with Ronda and Charlotte again. We will return. Please don't. Imagine Ronda versus Becky at Mania, which I'd be fine with that. Shane versus Steph feud at the Rumble. What would we do about that? I feel so bad for Becky. The woman was so emotional tonight. She was. Them suplexes are going to destroy Brian's neck, which once again, I kind of do agree. Charlotte was the best choice since Becky got injured, pretty much. And you can see in her face how much she really wants to fight Ronda. I love her to death. Becky, pretty much. Oh, I agree. Mark had another awesome idea, which I can't wait to see there. They may have Brian lose on a count out, which would be interesting, but hopefully it's not as a coward, though. Not sure. I still boo the woo. Braun and Styles match. I mean, Brian Styles was matched of the night. I'd say so, too. I don't mind Charlotte, but keep her out of the title scene and turn her heel, which would be nice. And if Charlotte gets another title shot and defeats Becky, then that'll be a slap in the face. Exactly. Again, that's why I'm worried about this match on Sunday. I'm worried Charlotte beating Ronda is going to have Charlotte wanting to, get another title match against Becky. Becky would have been the choice to defeat Ronda, which I agree. Did you hear? Whoever wins Mixed Match Challenge is number 30 spot of the Royal Rumble. I did hear about that. Becky versus Ron versus Charlotte versus Sasha versus and Mania sounds awesome. You mean like again like the 4-on-4 or whatnot, or literally individual versus individual, pretty much. Charlotte has been in the title scene far too long. Time to build up some of the other superstars. I agree. Where's Nikki Cross tonight? Not there. Have Becky drop the title, then put her in the Royal Rumble match, have her win, and have her face Ronda at Mania. Okay, I guess I could swallow that. But I still would rather have it to drop someone else other than Charlotte, I feel. I'm happy Sandy and Bullet Club are in Survivor Series. Me too. I say keep Becky out for some time and strip her of the title. Becky enters the Rumble number 1, wins the Rumble, or they can do it that way if they want. Big Show's beard, what looks like he's ready to be part of the Wyatt family. Oh, goodness. Whatever they do, they have to present Becky in the biggest way possible. I agree. Heels are not the same as they were 5 years ago. It's sad. Pretty much. That was not my friend who I'm waiting to hear without Daniel Bryan's heel turn. It's your idea. Would you rather see Styles as a heel more than Bryan? Again, I don't know if there wasn't, if you know what I mean. I feel like Styles could pull off a heel. Then, see, I don't know. I wouldn't mind Styles being heel, but I don't mind him being face. It's like I don't know. I gotta say, Shane could have came out after the low blow to the referee. I was shocked he didn't. He confronted Bryan earlier in the night. Maybe they could be leading a heel stable. Who knows? Maybe the tag team Survivor Series match is going to be stupid. Thank goodness it's on the pre-show. Shane's heel stable could include Bryan, Orton, Joe, Miz, and Nakamura, which could be interesting. Definitely tag division, especially Raw, is dead for sure. Bryan went crazy pretty much. So don't you find ironic since Reed turned heel last month? Now Bryan, kind of weird, yeah. Wait, can we get a Renee Young heel turn then next week? No more heel turns. Seriously, we've within the past several months we only had one beneficial babyface turn, and that's Elias. All other babyface turns this year, I can't really think of any that really led to anything good. Jeez, oh man. Bryan needed a character change, to be honest, but just finished the feud with Miz until TLC or Rumble at least. Styles will face Bryan at Royal Rumble and TLC. Who would you want to see dethrone Bryan besides Styles? Who would dethrone Bryan at this point? If Styles can't. I don't know. And plus, too, I know he's not being built up as the best, but I still want to see Bryan and Nakamura. But I don't know. I really do not know. Larry, that's funny. Hope Bryan won't get injured. Yeah, so definitely worried. I'm crazy and feel like a psychopath after watching SmackDown. Daniel Bryan's heel turn made me really crazy. Again, it made me feel crazy as well. Hope I'm wrong. Great streams. Now catch you Thursday. Walk my pups at bedtime. Good night. Roman Reigns is the biggest babyface. Daniel Bryan a heel. What plan is this? Yeah, imagine if they would have had Daniel Bryan versus babyface Roman Reigns. Dear Lord, help me. I hate that we'll never get that face Daniel Bryan versus heel Roman Reigns match. Now, Roman himself said he would turn heel for one guy, and that is Daniel Bryan. So is Bryan gonna play a heel against Brock? Who knows? Brock can't be a babyface. Brock just can't. Maybe he needs to channel this dark side to come closer to conquer the beast. Which again, I get it, but same time, like a week ago, you wouldn't even think Daniel Bryan was in any contention at all to face Brock Lesnar. Like, why is he all of a sudden, he just like what's gone through his mind? Like, I want to know. Like, I want to know what's going on, but oh man, goodness. Wow, Mike, what did you eat? I have no idea. But if you take away the suplexes, you pretty much take away his moveset, which is true, but that's all he pretty much does. Who will turn heel next week? Hopefully Bobby Roode, which, again, he needs it, definitely. A Finn Balor heel turn, I thought we were going to get earlier this year, like around like WrestleMania and whatnot, because it seemed like that Seth Rollins just kept getting in his way. I felt that's why I was saying, "Wow, Finn Balor, Jason Jordan, Dean Ambrose. A lot of people are going to be after you, Seth. You better be prepared." But we didn't get that. Heel Balor would be money. I agree. I want to see Bayley do the demon entrance. Bayley doing the demon entrance, that should be quite interesting. Oh my goodness. But guys, thank you again for joining me live for this live review. I am sorry that I was kind of out of it again. I'm exhausted. I think I'll wait till tomorrow actually to do the Daniel Bryan turn alert. I'm exhausted. I just need to get some rest. Actually, tomorrow, I mean, we think they're going on sale tomorrow. If we're able to get them tomorrow, my friend and I are actually going to be buying, purchasing our WrestleMania tickets. So that'll be happening tomorrow. I also want to give a little channel update here, guys. It's one that might suck a little bit, but I'm not going anywhere. But possibly starting next week, some of my reviews may be, a little later than expected for a few weeks. Of course, most of you know I'm in the video business, but right now I'm just a freelancer, basically mainly doing weddings. And unfortunately, it's coming around that time of the year where we're not that busy. And I wasn't as busy this year as I was last year. So I got a seasonal job working in the warehouse for Amazon. I'm only been working like about 24 hours a week pretty much. But the schedule I picked out today might be, changing some things up on this channel for a while. As of now, I'm gonna be working Tuesday nights till like 10 o'clock. So again, I had to pick a schedule based off of what's all going on for me, like around the holidays. So my best schedule is probably gonna be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Saturdays. Pretty much. I'm not gonna be working, long hours every day. I mean, I might pick up some doubles on like Wednesdays or Thursdays or something like that. But my SmackDown reviews maybe later in December, and also my special live streams are still going to happen, but I'll probably have to postpone them until Fridays until the seasonal position ends, unless if something happens, I guess something more longer term with Amazon. Which if I do get offered something longer term, I'll most likely maybe take it for the time being until I find another video job, because I'm just at a point where I'm just trying to look for opportunities to make some more money. Pretty much. I'm not broke or anything, guys, but again, I'm just a 25-year-old guy who is working in my career, my video career, but is not making a consistent living through that. So I have to go a little bit different route right now until I get that off my feet. So for the next month or two, some of my reviews may be coming later than usual. Just wanted to give that heads up to you guys, definitely. But again, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Not going anywhere yet. I'm a single guy, not married. I still live in my freaking bedroom. I've been in here since I was, I had my other bed, my real bedroom when I first was born down the hall. I've been in this room since I was 3, pretty much. But I'm not going anywhere. But I just want to give you guys that update. I also been doing some video game Let's Plays. Also, which again, I know, Larry, you left some comments in the videos. I just haven't really had the chance to really go back and read those comments and respond to them. But I will definitely try to get to them back to those soon. But I will tomorrow try to get back to do my video game Let's Plays of Hitler at the Ninth Gate, Backyard Baseball 2003, and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone as well. I'm going to do the Daniel Bryan turnover tomorrow because I just want to rest and digest this a little bit more, because again, I'm just still trying to put the pieces puzzle. Okay, how did we get here? Pretty much, like I'm still in that mindset, pretty much, of how did we get here. But yeah, just to give out shout out some updates right there. This pretty. He's only Balor position at the top, pretty much. Thank you, Mike. Did your best. Thank you. Yes, then send him and Gallows and Anderson to form the Balor Club, which would be awesome. Take time to rest, and that would do wonders for the club. Mark's checking out. Congratulations. I really wish you all the best. You do what you have to do. Definitely thank you. Huge props. No problem. And you don't have to answer. It's not important. You have a life, and that's very important. Sure, but again, also, this is still something you guys, I do, for my own benefit, just have fun. and whatnot. And I always appreciate your support. So I still, want to still be engaging with my audience. Oh, I actually just got a response from my friend saying Brian Turnhill won the title. Pretty much seemed. Well, actually, let's see what he actually thinks about. Of course, we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna check out here, guys. Again, thank you guys again. I'm sorry, this is just busy day. Just again, it's a lot to do. Getting situated for the holidays. Again, I had my first orientation today for this the second job. And again, I'm only working like 24 hours. It's only part time. He said the exact same things I said. I'm not quite sure what to think. But anyways, but yeah, I will again be purchasing my WrestleMania tickets this year though. But okay, the holidays, just other stuff going on also. Having my last wedding gig of the year, of course, on Saturday. Well, I'm doing by myself, and then I'm second shooting one next month also. But again, just had a lot going on today, very much. That's all. I'm not upset, not angry, just one of those days where I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning, had a lot going on, and I just need to get some rest. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for sure for the Daniel Bryan turn alerts. Again, Becky Lynch turn alert, I want to pull off. We're going to hold off on for now. I just want to make sure that we'll continue on with this pretty much. But yeah, so that. And then tomorrow I will try to watch NXT UK like when it first happens, and then I'll do the review. And then of course I'll do 205 Live and NXT reviews tomorrow night. I'll try to do the takeover predictions tomorrow night. Also, Thursday I will do Survivor Series predictions and my special stream of the week. And again, just look out also for those other videos from my video game Let's Plays. Also, this weekend, again, I will be watching TakeOver War Games 2 on Saturday. I don't get off work till 10 o'clock, though. However, I'm just going to be literally right up, like 20 minutes, like up the highway from where I live. So I'll be able to get home and watch that show in plenty of time. It's not going to be as I was last time, a lot later, pretty much. I was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'll definitely be able to check out War Games sooner. And Sunday Survivor Series, which again, I don't know what my plans are going to be for Survivor Series. Not sure if I'm going to be watching with my friends or if I'm going to watch by myself. If I watch by myself, I'll probably do some live reactions. So we'll see what happens. And then, of course, next week again, again, I'm most likely starting this seasonal position next week. So like that. So some reviews may be out of effect. Actually, Monday night though, I'm not working, but I'm going to be visiting some friends tonight. So my Raw review will be late Monday night. But again, SmackDown review up in the air Tuesday night. So we'll have to see what happens. Of course, be the holiday next week also. So, and I've talked enough, guys. I gotta go to bed. So, guys, once again, A- for SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live was definitely a better show this week. Anyways, guys. So again, A- SmackDown Live better show. What are your thoughts on SmackDown Live tonight? What are your thoughts on the big, turnaround with Survivor Series of like where things are going now? What are your thoughts on the Daniel Bryan heel turn? Of course, I'll talk about that tomorrow as well. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below as always. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe or content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirborne93. And guys, I'm going to bed. Getting a good night's sleep. Probably or remember WrestleMania tickets tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. So guys, have a good night. Get some sleep. And peace out, everybody. See you all later.